Hello everyone and welcome back to round 3 of the World Superbike 22 career mode. In today's episode we are off to Portugal for the second race in Portugal, the Estoril Grand Prix. Now, track I personally don't have much love for. It is a tricky, tight, windy, twisty and just an all-round annoying little track. I never liked it in GP, never liked it in this. Safe to say I'm not very good here, so it is a tough weekend we have prospect. But in practice here, we decided to get our eye in behind one of the quick men, Álvaro Bautista, and we were setting some quick time, so maybe it looks like this track might suit our strengths on the blade at the moment. So start of the weekend wasn't too bad, track was okay. My big issue, as with most of Milestone's game, is when I'm on my own on track it's not too bad, but then when I get near the eye it becomes a shit show. So more of that in later in the races and stuff, but struggling mainly to get the bike turned as usual. Milestone's physics don't really provide bikes that turn at all, so through here, no matter what way I took it, I just ran massively wide, and same with this final corner. I spent a lot of my time nowhere near a racing line or an apex, and unfortunately they still haven't patched the straight line speed, so once again we will pull alongside a lot of the eye in the race. You can see my overspeed on Álvaro, we're just about pulling him in now, and pretty silly still at this point of the game. Really, we don't have any sort of update to fix the AI stupidity and their lack of just awareness, and especially their straight line speed, because it really ruins the race. Because your race pace might be very similar to the AI, but they could be 3 seconds a lot faster in a corner and you gain it all back in the straight. So for them now it is pretty poor and it's not very good racing because of that. So you'll see more in the race, but as we come now to the end of free practice, we end up actually topping free practice ahead of Top Rack. Now we're only half a tenth ahead of Top Rack, 0.7 of a tenth ahead of Álvaro, and only 0.8 of a tenth ahead of Jonathan Ray. So top 4 in the championship, looking ever so tight. We jump now to Superpole, where we had a decent chance at getting pole, I imagined, coming into the session. We stuck in the SEQs, get a turn 1 nicely nailed. We just see Top Rack coming out, and I was just a bit afraid that he might cut across my nose, but thankfully he does give me the space. Not the cleanest first sector. I think Top Rack just took my eye line a small bit. I was worried that he'd cut me up, but he didn't in the end. We come into the sector here where I lose so much time, and I just lose the front ever so slightly. We managed to regain it back through here. They take a much wider sweeping line, but then in here they seem to get a tight and twisty turns, whereas I just understeer into the gravel most laps. And a Parabolica Ayrton Senna, beautifully named corner, but unfortunately it's not a beautiful corner for me at the moment. You can see how much we're just pushing wide on exit and up to the line. It is not unfortunately going to be pole, but it is P4, so 2 tenths off Jonathan Ray. He is the king of the Superpole 1 lap session, so can't really complain. So now let's jump over to race 1. So we've gone with the SC1 and SC0. Hopefully it is the right decision. It's what I used in Friday practice. Jonathan Ray on pole, Top Rack and Álvaro Bautista to his right, me on row 2, head of row 2, 5 red lights. Oh, it's not a great launch by me. The initial phase is poor. Into slipstream with Top Rack, we just about pick up a bit of pace. Out on the curb, don't want to be here on the Milestone game, and we just don't get stopped. Oh my god, the brakes are so poor. Be careful coming back on. We have to just use a bit of dirt behind Alex Lowe's all the way back in P11. Probably going to lose another spot to our countryman Eugene Laverty. Have a look at the inside of the Kawasaki. Nothing doing in turn 3. Already we're gone backwards. Not really sure where on track we're strong. We get a good run through here, maybe line and move up. Looks like we did. Oh, that's a great run. Up ahead of Rinaldi. Back into P8 behind Garrett Gerloff. Fortunately, did not get that stopped at all, which leaves them all back through, but we hold the outside line, which is worth nothing. We're look the inside. We're too far back. Oh, I've so little front end feeling with this game. It's so hard to be consistent when you can't feel what's going on underneath you. Oh my god, this bike is a boat in the race, and we've just taken on Eugene Laverty and we're stuck on his bike. What a shit show. So we're out of the points now, we're behind our teammate of Hatfield Shireen, so looks like once again we have one off pace and the AI are just absolutely unplayable. So unfortunately, we have work to do here in race 1. Koenig just got picked up. And it's good to see, with my time off, they've fixed the straight line speed issue. So it's going to be a race of 2 halves. How many riders can I take into turn 1 every lap versus how many times they can knock me off the track and the rest of the track. That's pretty much how it's going to go. Good run again, but we into the back of the Yamaha, but we go around the outside. That's Baz ahead. Looks like we got the move done. No, again, bike doesn't stop our turn. So Bernardi just retakes the position. Oh, our teammate has a look. Not ideal. Again, the front end just washes through there. The pace is pretty damn poor. Not really sure where it's gone. Here we go again. Time to make up some time. And positions. Only 0.6 off of Alvaro's time. I think just the AI in front of us are kidding me. Bernard, he has a look into turn 1. That move really wasn't on. So on lap 4 here, we are nearly back with the pack. We're really giving it some. And we're just a small bit behind them. We can't really get onto the back, but hopefully into turn 1 on this lap, I might be able to make the difference and get towards the back of the Honda, the factory Honda in front of me. They're quite slow through the slow stuff, but anytime I get near them or near any bike, I get bullied. Bloody curb kicked me for no reason. Alright, we look to be getting close to them now. This last corner is a nightmare because the bike does not flow at all through this little corner. Alright, good run in the slipstream of Alex Lowe's. It's going to be fast lap of the race to me, I reckon. Yeah, 36. Oh, we're in deep, I reckon. Can we get stopped? We pick Garl up. Sorry, Gareth. And we lose all the bloody positions. Jesus Christ. How are we going to send it? Yeah, have a look. Am I going to get stopped? Kind of. Not really. It's so annoying that you have to make contact with every pass on this game to get anything. And I just go wide then to next. Come on, lead them both bloody through. Oh, up the inside of the corner very forcefully. We're going to go around the outside of these 3. And we're back to P6 as of now. We tip in ahead of Redding, but he just picks us up. Show the inside for the next right. He goes a bit defensive again. We're going to go to the outside. They brake early, but then they release the brake if you come past them. It's very annoying, hard to ride against. But P6 for now. His teammate is up next. Oh, Jesus Christ, Scott. Nice bit of contact up the back. Here's a look at the inside. Not going to happen through there. Jesus, bike turn. Good exit out of the final corner. Hello. So as we come on to start the final lap, it's been pretty plain sailing since the incidents with the BMWs. We're not really closing in, I don't believe, on the riders in front of Locatelli and the Podium. So the fact that we got back this close to them is probably good for race 2, and especially Superpole. If we can get a good start, we might be able to fight for the podium. Saying that, we are on a personal best this time round, and we look to be pulling in the Yamaha Locatelli. With a bit of extra fuel on board, we might be able to do something against him. Let's see where this one goes. I'll turn the traction down. Whoa! Jesus fucking Christ. What is that shit? Like, oh my god, why do I bother playing this game? You can see when shit like that happens, just why I don't play this game at all. It's just so bloody broken. And even at that, we're still catching Yamaha of Locatelli. Taking such liberties on the front. I could actually been this. I'm catching Alvaro as well, but look, I'm catching all of them. Oh. Oh. Come on. No, it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a brilliant last lap, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough to get the win, unfortunately. Drifting it out of the last corner. Up to the line, we're going to set another little fastest lap, a low 36. And we almost catch him again because we're slow in a straight line, but unfortunately it is only P5. Fastest on track by quite a way, but the bad start and getting caught up with the stupid AI really cost me. Superpole, I reckon, is my best chance of a podium. Have to get a good start though, that is critical. So the Superpole race, we've gone, as you can see, with a Development 4 front tyre and an SCX. Now the reason I've gone with such an aggressive rear tyre, now I think the SEQ would have worn out, so I've gone with the X. Basically it looked like after race 1 I had a lot of rear tyre left with the soft, the SC0. So I decided maybe to go a step lower. Now I could really risk it and go with the SEQ, but I think that would have been just a ticking time bomb. So let's see if we can get a good start. Can we get away with the lead boys and see what our pace is like on slightly softer compound tyres. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And it's a average launch again. Just got ready, we got a brilliant one, and we just have not got away well. And we've absolutely done it again. Jesus Christ. And how many positions do we lose? So many again. I'm going to be a bit more aggressive on the rejoin. Oh, we're deep then into. Inside the Larry was going to send and pick him up. So I've instantly made the same mistake again of running on. The lack of brakes on these bikes are scandalous in this game. Look how much the rear is already worn. Unless I put on worn tyres, because they look really worn. We're back to P7. I have to risk a lot here because I really want to try and battle for the podium. This section here is so fiddly and awkward on a superbike. Oh. Trying to manage my tyre for the first lap. Get a bit of clear track. That's where I am quick and enjoy myself the most, is when I have clear track. The AI around me is just scary. Now, will they have learned from race 1? Oh, small bit of green usage. And no, they have not learned. And that's us back into P3. Can we send them on top rack? Yes, we can. Do we get it stopped? No, top rack re-overtakes us, but we're going to go for the cut back. Small wheelie, we didn't get the move done. Oh, on the grass, that's not helped me into 3. Avalanche, but we're back to P4. So it looks like we do have the pace, but my rear tyre is already half worn. I've done a lap. I'm going to be running on canvas in a second or two, so I don't know how the front guys are getting away with running SEQs. Some run here on top rock. We're going to go to the other side. That should be P3. But he lunges it back. Let's see, can we turn underneath him? Unlikely. No, we just don't have the rear grip that he does. Don't have enough braking power. He just pulls away in the braking zone. So maybe P4 is the best I'm looking at here. Alvaro and Johnny going at it in first and second. Oh, we nearly tagged the back of Top Hat Razgat Lioglu. Oh, the understeer there from that curb. We should get top back into turn 1 if the AI are slow again. Keep it legal this time. Again, look at that speed advantage we have. Break as late as we can, take as much time out of them in front. Into P3, Top Rock will attempt to move, you just know it. Have we got to run on them for turn 1? I don't think we're close enough, we're not. Fastest lap of the race there goes to me. But we're not close enough, so that looks like, and we're in deep into 1 after that, so don't know where I'm going to be able to do it, if I can at all. Have to risk a lot on the front end on really worn tyres. We're deep in there. Really bloody deep. Playing so much with electronics now, just trying to get something going. Good run out of here. We might get to run on them into the next left-hander. We get a serious run, but it's not enough to get enough for a pass, and the rear end is just absolutely giving up. Sliding into every corner on the edge. Oh, that was it cut. We're close enough to stuff Alvaro. Oh, front end. Don't know where I could do it. Definitely not here. I need to be close out of the last corner. That wasn't ideal. That is definitely not ideal. I think that's got my P2 gone out the window. Slipstream. Second place is done. We're not going to get JR, are we? Oh! For a second there I thought we would, because I didn't know where the line was. So, a brilliant P2. Fast lap once again. So, the goal for race 2 has to be just to get away cleanly. I'm making so much work. It looks like I have the pace to win, but them race starts are killing me. So we're going to have to get into the front, and hopefully we have pace just to stick ahead of them and maybe save a bit of tyre and fuel. And should be on for a race win in race 2 if we can just put all them steps together. So for race 2, we're going back to the old trusty SC1, SC0. The SCX was just too soft, so I will not be able to run that over a full race length. So I already know what these tyres should do. Let's see if they can get me to my first victory of the season, and hopefully we can get a good start and not run wide at turn 1. 5 red lights. Oh, it's a brilliant launch, but again the AI even top rack from the second row. Again, like I brake where they brake, and I went slightly wider than them, but we're in P4. We have a look at top rack. Small bit of contact. Oh, he's on the ground. He's down. I've killed top rack. Such a minor bit of contact, and he's down. And now I just need to worry about these two guys ahead. I should really have the pace for everyone else behind me. Good run through here. We might be able to just gap them. We do. Are we close enough to make a move on these? We're not. We can just about level Bautista on the brakes, but we're too far back to make a move. Look, we can do turn mid-corner. Alright, we just need to look after a tyre, see can we go and stick with these guys for a few laps. Race 2 again is a full length race, so it is a bit longer, I have the extra time if I want it. But like I did say, I do want to get to the front and see can I make a bit of a gap. Just cannot be around these AI at all. They're just so uncoordinated, dangerous, stupid, not fun to race against at all. So already though, they're starting to pull the pin. To nail this last corner. We got it pretty good. With the slipstream, we might be able to take the lead here in turn 1. Pulled inside. Get to Ducati, but he's just releasing the brake. He goes to the outside. Not really going to get to move down there. And that is P2 done, so just January in first. Alvaro all over the back of me. Oh, we get in deep there. Mistake again. Oh, contact. Contact for the first time today with a Ducati. We've already hit top rack. Unfortunately, he's ended up in the gravel. Great run on the Ducati. That is us back into P2. Now it looks like JR is putting his head down and running away with it. Oh, Alvaro, hello. So can we cut back underneath him? Oh, again more contact. Again we've pushed them on the gravel. They're so bloody stupid. They don't have any idea how to read where I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. And that is equal to corner, showing some great speed. I'm starting to worry here now about Mr. Ray in front. He is pulling a big gap on us. Even my overspeed in turn 1 doesn't count that much, so I don't know how I'm going to get that back down. Battling Alvaro anyway is definitely not helping. Power 3, drifting out of there, using all my rubber. Great run, up to the line. We're a good bit slower than JR that lap. Oh, drifting into turn 1. Late apex in turn 1. We can just put a lap down where we keep Alvaro at bay. We might have to take a bit of time out of Jonathan. So as we come on out to the last lap, into the last sector, and we're pretty much with Jonathan Ray. We've dropped the Ducati again. But we're at our limit really to try and reel him in. We need a good exit out of here. And it looks like we just use all of the track. We have the run on him. And we try a rash move into 1. We'll leave the brakes off to see if we can close as much as possible. We have gone deep. We've gone very deep. We needed to try something. And have to get closer on this lap if we want our win. Deep through there again. Not much tire left, especially on the front. Through here is where we're quickest all through the race. We're on the personal best lap at the moment. Good run. But again, we just catch them as we get to the braking zone. So we need to plot a move somewhere. Maybe into chicane. That is pretty risky though. Very high skill move. He really leaps out there as well, so we're probably not going to get it done here. We're going to have to go somewhat creative. Oh, we've carried so much speed in. That's probably caught us. Don't reckon we can do it in the run to the line. Oh, on the move again. I'm gonna go wide, see can we slingshot it back. Someone's off behind me. It's not important right now. Drifting it out there. Don't think it's gonna be enough. We have the run. It's 6th gear. Here we come. Here we come. Oh, we just missed out again. Similar to Superpole. It is another 2nd place. Another fastest lap. So 3 fastest lap over the 3 races. But it just was not enough really to get Jonathan Ray. He just had too much in the mid sectors and the braking zones really. And I just couldn't really compete with him. So decent round overall, but just missing a small bit in some critical areas. So in the championship, we are still way off the top. Alvaro leads with 155 points. Jonathan Ray, after a very good Estoril round, jumps back to 2nd and is only 14 points off. Top rack after his crash, slightly my fault, unfortunately, is now 36 points back. I'm 67 points back. I have a nice little buffer over Axel Bassani, and Locatelli rounds out the top 6. So after a pretty strong round 3, next up we go to Misano in a couple of weeks time. We've had a pretty good start to the season, but if we want any chance of winning this championship, we really need to get some wins under our belt at Misano. Probably the best track on the calendar for me is Misano as well, so hopefully we can get the Honda working there. Maybe some more developments in the meantime will get us just a bit closer to the top 3. But for now, I'm going to leave there. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. See you in the next one.